right, welcome back. It's still East Central, and we're still here to serve you all the best of entertainment as E-Day Hot. Yes, before the break, I told you that we're going to be having a conversation on comedy. Yes, because this is something that, yes, everybody enjoys to laugh. So today, we're diving into comedy as a mirror to society and culture. From sharp satire to subtle irony, comedy has long been a powerful tool for exposing truths, challenging norms, and sparking conversations. We'll explore how comedians hold up a mirror to the world around us, revealing the humor and the hard truths with our shared experiences. Now, joining me on the show is Nigerian ace comedian MC Monica. MC Monica, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
I'm okay. It's good to have you on the show today. And we said that let's have this conversation because people say that comedy, sometimes they go overboard because of the societal issues, and sometimes they say they don't even hit it on the head. But let me ask you, how do you see your role as a comedian in reflecting or critiquing the society? How do you see that?
I think comedians are very vital people when it comes to societal issue, because we have a lot of followership. So when we get people to attend this show, it's also good that we lend our voice to attack some of these societal issues, because as comedians we have more freedom of speech than other people, because if you say something and they get you arrested, you say that joke. So we have upper more than other people.
I like that. I like the way you said as a comedian you have more freedom of speech, but I don't know about that, if it's official or legal.
After speech, I don't know.
Okay, yeah. But do you intentionally weave social and cultural, issues into your materials, or does it just happen naturally? Is it something that you go out to make sure that, okay, you pick this issue, you put it in, or it just happens naturally when you're creating your content?
No, I make sure that every time I'm performing, I address some of the things that are bothering the society that people can easily relate. That's why I'm bringing it to whenever I'm trying to create my material, I make sure that I lend my voice on trending issue that is of societal importance.
Okay.
So that when we laugh, we also contribute to the betterment of the society.
Okay, now, with what you said earlier, you said, there's a possibility that comedians have a level of freedom of speech. So they can say things and just say, it's a joke, I'm just joking, but they've passed the message across. So, but have you ever held back a joke because it might hit too close to home, or culturally or politically? Have you ever checked, if I drop this one now, if it affects me in a certain way? Has that ever happened to you before?
No, I've never had that situation, but there are some things that I've said that after performance, when I watch the video, I'm like, come on, this one is too strong, bro. I need to know how to place it next time, because the society we are in, the justice for Monica.
Before it becomes justice for Monica. So has there been any case where, like you said, someone you've checked it and you've seen that, okay, these punchlines I used were not good at the time, or where they were insensitive? But have you ever faced backlash from your fans, or maybe colleagues in the same comedy space as regards a joke that you did? Have you ever faced backlash before?
Yeah, there is one time that I was performing in a comedy club, and one of the big musicians in Nigeria came in, though then I struck him with one of my punchlines. After my performance, when I came out, some of his bodyguards, they came to meet me, they tried to harass me, like, wow, why will you say such a thing? I said, but the owner of the club had to intervene. It's comedy, you have to take it as you see it. So that was the only time. It was very close, but nothing really happened.
Okay, so they say a lot of comedians tell stories about situations and build up content. Now, for you as a person, let's talk about how do you think your personal background, where you grew up from, where you're from, or the experiences you go through also influences the way you approach your comedy materials that you put out? Do they also influence it?
Yeah. My background Like my recent show that I did, I shared story from my background. Sometimes we tell story from our life experience, but people think that it's a joke. But these things actually happen, especially you that grew up from a very rough background. Some of the things we experienced there, when we say it now, it might seem funny, but those things are true life stories. So my background shaping some of the way I think when I'm creating my materials.
So, do you think, MC Monica, there's something I would like to ask as well. You know, people say that sometimes comedians make light of these societal issues by using them to crack jokes, and along the line, probably Nigerians will now forget the intensity of the situation and just laugh it off because of what a comedian has done with the situation. Do you think that is also a case? Because if you look at some issues that are pressing and comedians come out and make joke of it, then it becomes light. Do you think comedians should be held responsible for things like this?
I think that's for our sister comedians like skit makers. Important issue, they always don't need to skit and they make caricature of them. I've never seen a comedian that is addressing an issue and turn it to a total joke. They only know how to place important issue in a funny way that you will still laugh and you still get the message. Unlike skit makers that they go there and they turn everything to drama. At a point, you tend to forget the main point in the story. Like me personally, when I do a joke, you get the joke inside, and you still get the message I'm trying to pass across. So it comes down to when you dramatize this thing.
So if I get you correctly, you're saying people who water down these situations are majorly the skit makers, not the stand-up comedians.
Yeah, people that act them. When a stand-up comedian is addressing societal issue, even though some of the punchline may be funny, but you get the message.
But as for skit makers,
Yeah, but I've seen skit makers when they want to do this thing, they turn it to a total joke. You will now forget the main point and start laughing. No.
Interesting. All right. So with culture and political correctness in play, how do you navigate being honest versus being sensitive to your audience? Because sometimes, like you said earlier, you were cracking a joke somewhere and a prominent celebrity walked in and you made a joke of him and he took offense. So how do you find the balance sometimes in cases like this?
It's really difficult to find balance in cases like, especially people like us that do unscripted performance. Like majority of my performance, I don't script them. I just say it the way I see it. So sometimes it's after I've said it down and I like this thing that I said didn't go down well. So it's difficult for me as a person to control this thing. Though I'm working on myself, but they don't go beat me. So and people should know that comedy doesn't have emotions. Comedy, fact, whether you like it or not, you need to accept it. Comedy is comedy. So in other parts of the world, but in Nigeria, some people feel that some things should not be said to some certain set of people, but it can be said to some certain set of people. When you're on stage, you have the command to say whatever you want to say and stand by it as a comedian. That's what makes it more funnier. Telling imaginative stories.
All right, so MC Monica, before I let you go, I'd just like to ask this final question. Looking at the platform you have now, do you think it is the responsibility of comedians to stand up, to come out, to be the front runners of making sure they have societal change? Do you think they should be at the forefront, or they can just stay where they are and just maintain the best they can do? Do you think comedians should be at the forefront?
As comedians, I think we should lend our voice to addressing societal issue, because we have the command, we have massive followership. Like getting people in a comedy show is not all about to laugh. We also need to tell them about the needs of the society and lend our voice to make a change.
All right, all right. Thank you very much, MC Monica, for having this conversation with me. And I'm glad you were able to, point out these key factors as regards what the responsibility of comedians should be in the society. Thank you for your time. Thank you very much. Hopefully, when next you're going to have you, will probably be with us in the studio to have this conversation. We appreciate you, man. Have a lovely one.